Welcome to the dressing room with our Arabiya news. How are we, chaps?
I just couldn't notice that hair popping out of his t-shirt.
What's going on there, bro?
Different look for you today, innit?
This is that tight-fitting t-shirt.
Wow, this seems like
Straight into the fashion wear.
an onslaught from day one.
Listen, before we was on camera, off camera, this guy's checked out my t-shirt, what I've got on.
Yeah.
My shirt, what I've got on.
Yeah.
And then he's gone, looked down at me, and he's gone, Asics, yeah?
I quite like Asics trainers.
I felt like I was being judged.
That's what you're wrong, right? Because I'm looking at you two. I come in, I think, right, where's fashion at the moment? Like, this is my barometer. Where's it at?
See,
and that's that comment was, oh, Asics must be in. Because for me, I would just wear Asics if I was running the marathon.
Yeah.
But he's put it together nicely with a little outfit.
Well, okay, I'll take that.
So don't take it offensively. Well, it's not a good start to the show.
It depends what type of Asics you're wearing, though. You've got the running ones. You've got the ones that you just need to walk around with. I've got bad knees, so I walk around with these because they're quite
Sort
comfy.
the knees out, yeah?
Yeah, it sorts the knees out.
Okay, all right. Okay, what have you been up to this
And they
week?
look good.
They do look good.
What have I been up to this week? I went to, last week I went to Millwall,
Wow.
mate.
Behind enemy lines, yeah?
Behind enemy lines. I didn't even talk to it about you, or I didn't say nothing to anybody about it because I just didn't want to get like
Intel.
Yeah, because no, do you know what it is? It's like you just want to go in there and respect
Yeah.
the environment. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've gone in there and I thought, okay, I'm on my own. Yeah? I need backup. So I said, you know what? Let me just keep a low profile.
Black Hawk down.
Yeah, and then I just went in there, and it was in the nice part, the hospitality section. I sat down, and then a geezer to my left to me, and I asked, okay, are you all right? I didn't get nothing back. And there's a couple of geezers to my right. I asked, are you all right? Got nothing back. So I was like, oh, cool, blimey, it's a bit frosty in here. So I was like, I don't feel welcome. So I got in the blower, and I was praying that my mate Kyle, that's at West Ham, our head of recruitment, was coming. And I was like, Kyle, how long are you going to be, man? I feel lonely here. I feel lonely because I feel like I'm being judged. Like, what is he doing here? What is he doing? But it was, behind enemy lines, man. But at the same time, there was a few West Ham fans in there.
Really?
Yeah, working in hospitality. And they made me feel a little bit welcome, asking me if I wanted a drink or anything.
I've been with Millwall, yeah. I went with my mates, Southampton Millwall game.
Yeah.
It was actually a good experience. They were quite friendly, actually. I was very surprised. Although I did know a few Millwall fans.
Yeah.
But, they're singing a few abusive songs every now and again, but they're really polite. I took my dad. Everyone was really good with my dad, because he was struggling with the stairs. People would get up and help him and stuff. I had a good experience.
I think what happened as well, because I think there was that incident that happened at Crystal Palace with Mateta.
Yeah.
The goalkeeper coming out.
Yeah.
And I think they were... I didn't know what was going on behind me because, I'm a bit oblivious. I'm watching the game. I'm watching George Murphy play for Bristol City. And he started the game, obviously. So I'm watching that. But I heard a big roar and a clap.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's that about? What are they clapping about? And I was looking, I didn't understand what was going on at the time. So when I was, the next day, I was listening to TalkSport, and apparently they were clapping on the minute or something like that. Like, goalkeeper clattered into Mateta, just put him out.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh.
It's a bit much, isn't it?
It's
a bit much. It's a bit much.
I didn't know that was the case. I was in there, mate. If I'd have known, I would have been like up in uproar, innit?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know. I almost joined in. I almost joined in. Just to fit in.
No.
So I just say back now, but I didn't know what was going on. So
Do you know what with Millwall, right? So my dad's best friend Ronnie, and love him. He's big Millwall fan. Used to be there. And so my dad went to the Millwall Man United Cup final in 2004. And I don't know why he went. We went with Ronnie. I think he didn't even like football, especially a game I wasn't playing in. But he went to the cup final with the Millwall fans, and he said, and they're in a lovely hotel in Wales, and it's a massive thing for them. You remember him saying, and it's all a really nice to do restaurant. Everything was, and there was a guy on the piano, and their song they sing, "No one likes us, we don't care," is the Rod Stewart songs. We Are Sailing. So he's gone. My dad's gone to the piano fella and gone, listen, give him a score, and said, look, would you play Rod Stewart, We Are Sailing? And he don't know that it's Millwall's song in this lovely restaurant. Everyone's dining nicely. So he starts playing We Are Sailing. Then he said the whole restaurant, all the Millwall fans, there were people in there like having singing this song, and it starts going off. He said, just the party just started from that.
My God.
And he said he had a great time with the Millwall fans. And yes, listen, they're misunderstood, and I think. What they do is, I think they
they make a run for their own back. Though.
They play up to that. No one
in the same. Yeah.
They play up to their no one likes us, and that's their thing. So when they feel like, listen, it was a dreadful tackle on the lad, and you certainly shouldn't be clapping it. Do you know what I mean? It was, but I think what they do is they like you said, they play up to that. Yeah. No one likes us, don't they? And but yeah, listen, it is what it is. They want to
moan about. We'll give them something to moan about. That's what they're like, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, when you try and tell your kid off, and they double down on it, and you're like, where do I go from here?
What are we doing here?
Yeah, we'll have to get the tariffs going.
Oh mate, it is like that. Yeah. I do understand that.
But we're glad you survived.
Yeah, I was all right. No, listen, they weren't bad in the end. It was like. The hospitality section was really cute to me. And I enjoyed it in the end, but I was obviously there for work.
Good.
But I did feel a bit of frost when I first went in. Maybe that's just me overlooking it or overfeeling it. Like it was quite dodgy scenario for me to be in.
Well, we're glad you're with us. What about you?
I survived.
Oh mate, it's been a good week. The sun's out, isn't it? The sun's been out.
Oh yeah,
it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It just makes things better. I played a bit of golf.
Yeah.
That was,
Played golf.
Yeah, I do play, but not a lot.
Oh.
I've played with Joe.
He's a good
Joe plays
golfer.
a lot.
He can play.
I'm all right.
Yeah, you're good.
It's one of them, though. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I answer too many phone calls.
Yeah.
Phone calls are getting on my nerves as well, which affected my golf. Once I
Really?
was off the phone, 7 good holes. Who was it? Rubbish.
Who was getting on your nerves?
Oh, I'm not saying who. I'm not saying who.
It weren't me, was it? I found it like this.
No, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. But other than that, kids' football weekend was good. Parker ended up getting man of the match. They lost. He was in goal, but made some great saves. And I went Jamie Lawrence's party.
Yeah.
Those who don't know is
you rung me.
Ex-footballer who's turning 55. Yeah, I did ring you, didn't I? Yeah, might have been a little bit tipsy. He's a good lad. Obviously, you know him, Carlton. Yeah. He's I just become good friends with him over the last few years. Do you know what I mean? He's got great stories where going into prison, coming out, becoming a footballer. But I went along with him. I probably shouldn't have met up with him before his party because I was on my way by the time he got there. Yeah. But no, it was good. I was a bit fragile yesterday. So I just sat in the garden listening to Bob Marley in the sun.
With the rays.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Getting the vitamin D.
Yeah,
it's important, isn't it? Matt,
you were working, so I was trying to get you two to come to the party.
Yeah, you rung me.
Carlton was busy, you was busy.
Yeah, always, mate. I've had a busy week, man. I bet 3 games.
I bet when you answered the phone to me, you're like, thank God I never went.
Sometimes you try and fit things in, but it's just not possible.
I know. Listen, I would have loved to have been there. I was driving back from Wolverhampton, did the Everton Wolves game, saw David Moyes, and he's in great form. He's in good play. But me and Crouchy went down to Nottingham Forest on Wednesday with TNT to do. Mate, what a place that is!
What's the spirit must be good there.
The spirit, the great lads. So you walked into the dress. You walk in, you go in, and as you walk in, you get the guys who look after the media stuff introduce you, then you plan out. There's a big plan. We've got the cameramen, and what we're going to do, we're going to speak to Nuno, we're going to speak to... So basically, we looked at the call sheet, as they call it, and it's like, right, we're going to play Paul with Ryan Yates and Morgan Gibbs-White. And then we played head tennis with Callum Hudson-Odoi and Willie Bolly. And then a few interviews. Mate, it was brilliant. Like, honestly, Morgan Gibbs-White and Ryan Yates... great, they're all great lads, Callum and Willie. But we played. They made us. There's a coffee shop in the training ground, and Ryan Yates.
Shop.
Yeah,
they're selling it.
Well, they're not selling it. They're like it's for the lads. But they got and Ryan Yates made us a cup of coffee, and he's like a bit of a barista, so he was putting a bit of
is it?
it was good. They're great lads, and you could just tell the spirits there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it ended up with so it was like basically me and Crouchy. A day in the life of a footballer, and by the end of the day, we got in the ice bath. I don't know what the things they get us doing. Yeah, I know. And it was. Do you know what as well? I noticed because I still think I'm in decent shape. Yeah. But I'm just seeing an outcut of me getting into this ice bath, and like Crouchy's slim. He's always slim. He can't put on weight. But I'm like. There's a little derby on me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Happens,
what do you mean? Yeah, you're supposed to happen.
That's getting old, isn't it? It's getting old. I've got it, mate.
I've got a few folds.
Yeah.
I've got a few folds, man.
You don't change your diet, mate. It just creeps up.
Yeah,
on
it
you,
just
doesn't
comes
it?
up.
Oh, mate.
Well, I watched a bit. Do you know what I watched? I watched. I think it was Aina. He came. Did he give you?
Oh, what a lad. Ola Aina, what a guy.
Aina, yeah. He gave
Mate.
me some
See his
boost.
interview after the game.
Oh, he was buzzing that he
Yeah.
saw you, by the way.
Really?
He was buzzing. Yeah.
After the game?
He loved
I'm sure
you.
he didn't.
No, it wasn't after the game. I think it was.
before, yeah.
He was on his Snapchat or something.
Yeah. No, he had to borrow me boots. That was it.
Yeah,
I had
that
no
was
boots,
it.
so I had to-
And he filmed you.
Yeah,
And then I
mate.
see you go like that. You was like, yeah, boy. And then you gone, ooh.
Yeah, he was buzzing.
He was buzzing to see you, man.
He seems like a
Mate.
good lad.
He is a good
straight away, like, first of all, I think he's a very, very good footballer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because I've been watching him, his development.
Yeah.
But you know, when you say someone in the training ground, you're like, we'd be friends. Do you know what I mean? We'd be friends.
yeah.
Him and Callum and Alanga, they're great lads, and they were very chirpy. The place, honestly, they're gonna make the Champions League. If they was, I'd even go if they was 5 or 6 points behind Liverpool. I'd even say they'd even have a go at it. Honestly, the way it's too much now, but the way they're together is unbelievable.
That's a big
You could tell
shout.
the way they played.
Yeah.
See the way they pressed and everything.
That's a big shout.
Yeah.
Big shout from now. Do you reckon they'll make Champions League?
They'll make Champions League. I'm throwing it out there.
Yeah?
Screenshot that, everyone.
Okay.
I'm happy with that.
All right.
No,
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I'm
They really
standing-
must have done something to
Mate,
you
they
over
did,
there.
man. I love them.
They made you believe. They made you believe.
Everyone. Mate, I was like, me and Crouchy both left it and we went, we had such a good time there. And it was like, remember what it was like to be a footballer. Just bouncing around, a little bit of this. And
do you know
I had to go home and tell the missus that was a hard day's work though, but it wasn't.
You know what I like though?
Go on.
I like the owner.
Yeah, mate.
Always
Don't
in the
mess about.
tunnel, giving high fives before they go out.
Yeah.
When they come back in, like
Yeah.
setting the vibe and setting the. It's really nice to see like
Yeah.
that your owner gets involved like that and just
An owner
really
can make a
rates you.
difference, can't
Yeah.
it? Definitely.
It makes a difference.
Roman was good. I had
Yeah.
Peter Schmeichel, not Peter Schmeichel, Casper talking about Leicester. And he was
Yeah.
like the owner after a game.
Yeah.
Like, he just made everyone feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I've
makes a
heard that.
massive difference.
Like
doesn't it?
nice little presents here and there.
Yeah.
Like it probably gives them little gifts. It's true.
Yeah.
Like when you want the boys to play well, all you got to do is get them on side and say, "Listen,
Yeah.
I'll run through a brick wall for him."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that presence and that seeing him visually in the tunnel,
You can't miss
it
him, can
means-
ya?
Yeah, I know he's a big fella as well, and he's there giving high fives before you go out, and he acknowledges you.
Yeah.
That's a big thing, man.
Yeah, the big guy in it. It's a little bit of a disconnect in it. A lot of clubs. We'll go back to the first game that what springs to mind for me was yesterday. Man United, Arsenal. Like, what do you make of that, Bridgie? What do you?
Great goal, Bruno,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
That's some technique, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
When I see it,
yeah, I know.
I don't know how they do it. How he does it.
I'll tell you how it got to happen.
Technique.
I-
know.
It's the power he gets in.
Yeah.
it.
No,
And
but
the dip
Bridgie,
in it. I
the
don't know if
wall
it-
was about flipping. It was on the.
Oh,
it
yeah.
might as well been on the goal line.
Why was it? I know it's only an extra yard or
Yeah.
so, but why?
Because basically the referee counts the yards, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's miscounted.
He's miscounted it. He's probably
Yeah.
done 11 steps instead of 10.
I say, remember he used to do that, actually. Remember they picked up on it. It was years ago. It was Henry. He was always scoring free kicks.
Yeah, yeah.
And they do the 10-yard, then he'd move the ball back a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he used to do.
But I remember someone had picked up on it, and then the next game, the ref basically told him not to move it. But he still went and stuck it in the top corner. I remember that. But mate, it's still the technique
like the
he's
technique,
got, though, mate, is unreal.
Yeah.
The way he gets the dip, and I don't know if it's the balls or what.
What do you
but-
make of like? Because I think it was Harry Redknapp come out and was because he divides opinion. Bruno Fernandes, doesn't he? Like I think because he's playing at United at such a dreadful time and a poor time in their history, but he's carrying them really, isn't he? Like, and I think Harry come out and he said he couldn't lace the boots of the 92. Listen, he's not Scholesy, let's be honest, or Bex or Giggsy, but he's a very good footballer, isn't he?
He's very good. Is it? I'm sure I see Roy Keane at one point
Slating him.
slating him a bit, which I get in a way because I think it's maybe how his attitude may come across sometimes.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people have picked up on him throwing his hands in the air, moaning, or sometimes maybe his work rate. Is he? He has carried him because he's got so much ability.
Yeah.
I think Roy's point was probably a little bit like, as he got that got the hard work.
Yeah.
That bit of it in his game, and to really, really lead.
Yeah.
Yes, he's leading by example in some of his talent, and what he can do, but the other side of the game,
Yeah.
you know,
It's a good point.
moving people around, getting everyone in position, geeing everyone upright.
Yeah. Because no matter how
what I
talented
mean?
you are, there's certain periods when your talent's going to not be enough. It's going to be something else that wins you a game. Is there any?
He's got loads of talent.
Yeah, he's got so much talent. Is there any players you can think of who were like in your career, Coley, like leaders but they were a little bit sort of like, I can't figure the word, like not childlike, but you know, because Bruno can be a little bit. He arms up and all that.
I don't like that in a game though. I don't like it.
I think it's a generational thing. I think, look, you get to like our days. It was totally different how to lead, or sometimes you look at Steven Gerrard. You don't catch him moaning. Yeah, if it's not going his way, you could see that he just try and lift the team as much as possible in his actions. Yeah, probably not as talking, but when he does talk, because he don't talk a lot. Yeah. It's quite powerful. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But then you see how he plays. It's like, I've got to be up to that standard. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think I've played in a team where I've had someone throw their hands up at me or anyone in particular. Oh, maybe Bellamy at someone, maybe.
As a captain, though.
Maybe Bellamy, not as a captain. But even as a player, mate.
As a player, it's pouring it. I used to.
I'm always like, I try and drill it into my kids, and that happens at the weekend. It's like, if a little mistake happens, there's no point in going, oh no, and like getting down. It's just react. Yeah. It's your reaction afterwards, isn't it? Yeah. And that's why I think that reaction of throwing your hands in the air just ain't needed. Yeah, I think I remember Lampsey shouting at me once, and it stood out for me.
So you mentioned that about 3
I've said it before, and it stands out because
he's still talking about it now.
I know.
Labs, you affected this guy, you know, still to this day.
I actually probably needed it at that time, but my head probably went like that a little bit. And he's like, Bridgie, come on, let's go. Yeah. You know what I mean? But
was that it? Was that it?
No. Next time we go out, I'm going to get in your head here.
No, but you know what I mean? It's like
Bridgie, let's go.
Labs is on the phone. He said, liven yourself up.
I see with kids.
Love said, liven yourself up.
You're not.
It was like, I see it with the kids, and it's like, no, just react. Like, all that stuff, like it's a reaction.
Well, that's what I think gets taught
Throwing
now,
hands in, don't help anyone.
I think that's what gets taught now. By the way, it's and it started from looking at Barcelona. So when I look at how Barcelona played, remember they was really good on the ball. Yeah, unbelievable in possession. Yeah, but when they lost the ball, that desire to go bang. Yeah, it's okay if we make the mistake, but go and get that ball back. There's 3 around you straight away. Yeah. And I think a lot of people have picked up on that. Yeah, and Pep's brought that over here.
Jose brought it. Jose brought it with us.
Yeah. So it's actually a thing. So it should be a thing where I shouldn't have to tell you as a captain that's what is required, because you know that reaction when you're losing the ball or you're not playing too well, your reaction's everything. And I think that's where you don't need a captain to be shouting at you. You should know that already. It's part of our play. It's a part of the plan. Yeah. You know. And when I look at the way he's been bombarded with abuse, Fernandes. With some parts of the media.
He divides ex-players. Doesn't he?
No, I don't mind it. I think he's a good player. I'm not saying
he's a good player. We're saying he's good.
But I don't think he
ain't the problem. Put it that way. He's
not the problem, and I don't think he's a real.
There's a lot of problems.
I don't think it's his fault that he's the captain. He's just the best player on the team. Do you know what I mean? He has to shoulder the burden of having to go where the buck stops. Yeah. So where does it? So if you're not winning games, where does the buck stop? It's always going to come at your doorstep as a captain sometimes. Yeah. And then people are going to be bombarding you with abuse, and then you'll be like, do you know what? So it might get on his nerves, but he can't show a reaction. And I've heard him talk as well. He talks well.
Yeah, I know.
He's always positive. Yeah. And there's nothing else you can do. Like, you can't drag the team up. There's not everyone's going to be like a Steven Gerrard that can perform in that way. And I think he's started to work on his reactions as well, because he can't be throwing his hands up in the air. Yeah. So I don't think there's anything wrong with him. I think he's doing the best job he can. I
agree with you, mate. And I remember Paolo Di Canio at West Ham. You know, when I was a young man, he very very similar characters. Like great players, animated arms. I remember. I'm not going to say the player's name but he didn't give Paolo the ball at the right time. You know, you're a young lad, and you come in, and he just said to Paolo, "You ever do that again?" Do you know? And it was sort of like like, you know, a little lesson for a young player. Like, right, okay, I'm going to make sure I never do that, because as a youngster, I did have that in my locker, that little bit of petulance. But I thought, I don't want no heat from none of these my teammates.
Boys.
So it's something that I think he ain't the problem at Man United. So, but there's so many. Sort the roof out for the first thing. There's leaks everywhere. You know. Anyway, right, listen. It was. So
it was a good game.
It was a good game.
It was a good game. Man United just sat deep.
Mate, listen, that's not good enough for Man United. Like,
it's not.
It's not. Like, I don't care who you play. The club's not built on that. They can't do that.
But that's Amorim understanding where they're at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, like they can't expand because they ain't got the players to do it. They can't play the way he wants them to play because they ain't got the players to do it.
Yeah.
You're coming up against a good Arsenal team as well that's knocking on the door for, well, they was knocking on the door.
They ain't knocking on anything, mate.
But you got to respect them. You got to respect them. You're not in the position that you were or are supposed to be. So So I don't mind sitting like that and then trying to get them on the counter, which they tried. And there was actually that style it suited them for a game like that.
Yeah,
you know? So look at it. It was 1-1 in the end. You know what I mean? It worked.
Yeah. No problem with it. I just we quickly get onto the Arsenal side of things, right? So, decision Arteta trying to win the game. His decision to bring on Kieran Tierney on for Raheem Sterling.
That's disrespectful.
What do you make of that? Because for me, Raheem. I mean, he didn't work for him at Chelsea. He's gone to Arsenal. I thought that makes sense. I experienced that. He's just not using him. So there was a newspaper article that came out about how well he's training and how well respected he is by all the coaching staff. But if Arteta's doing that, bringing on Kieran Tierney instead of Raheem Sterling during the critical phase, he
But Raheem,
I feel for him.
Raheem, come on, like Raheem, he's a proper player, right? We know that. We say it didn't work out for him at Chelsea. I think it did. I think he done all right.
Yeah.
I don't think he done bad. I just think the
standards he set.
I'm just saying.
Chelsea going through a difficult time.
I'm just saying the format
it's not easy.
of what Chelsea wanted going forward. He didn't suit that because he was. What is he? 30 now.
Yeah, he must be 30.
Yeah, he's about 30.
He looks still about 21, doesn't he? He looks great.
He's cracking on for them.
Yeah.
For Chelsea, because Chelsea wanted to keep it young. What's the average age at Chelsea? 23, 24?
24.
So, and that's probably where they got a lot wrong as well. They needed to get experience, Chelsea, just in times like when it's not going too well. But anyway, he's gone to Arsenal. We're thinking he's going to crack on again. But then you get later on into the season and then your gaffer's not. And forget about all the noise. Forget about how much they respect him and everything. Actions say a lot, I don't know what it was, but you need a goal, and then you bring on Kieran Tierney to instead of a seasoned pro,
goal scorer,
that might get back on the good side of things because he's up there. He might make something happen. He might score a goal. Do you know what I mean? You don't know, and you need a goal. So why are you bringing on a defender? I think it was. But for me, I don't know, but I'd say that's disrespectful. If I was looking at it from his eyes.
Yeah,
Raheem's eyes.
Raheem will see it as that, for sure.
That's disrespectful.
For sure. Yeah.
What do you think about that, Bridgie? Because I look at it... imagine you coming on in front of a striker.
Behind closed doors, he might not even believe in him, but then, like I said, Raheem's going to be sat there thinking, what am I here for?
Yeah.
But if you're coming on, Bridgie, if you're coming on and you're like looking at, we need a goal, and then...
Oh, well, it's like someone bringing me on instead of Joe if they want to go and win the game, isn't it, I guess?
Yeah. I'm sure that's happened a few times.
But wouldn't you even think, I'm just looking from your perspective as a defender coming on, and I'm like, what am I going to do? How would you look at that?
I know. Well, I would look at it and think, what are you doing, mate?
You're
right, mate. You need a goal, mate.
Mate, it's reminding me. Do you remember when Stuart
Say the story about me, is it?
No. Do you remember when Stuart Pearce was manager of Man City and he bought J-Mo on up top?
My God.
And they had a centre forward, I think it was John Mackham. in the background, man. That is just like...
Oh, that's disrespectful
That is
to the highest degree.
Right.
Mate, imagine the looks on the bench if you're sitting there. J-Mo, get your kit on.
J-Mo be buzzing.
J-Mo be buzzing. He'd be like, I think it was one of them, like, football was very different back then, but he was like, he'd come on and just J-Mo was just like in the air. Just looked like this big unit.
I remember
just
he gave
trying to
a
head
foul
him.
away, yeah. He done some slide tackle in the box, in the opposition box. I was like, J-Mo, man.
I know, mate.
Slide tackles, and you don't do slide.
That's the J-Mo we're talking about.
Mate,
J-Mo,
it's not quite a left back, but for that. But the manager after the game, Mikel Arteta,
His head's gone.
listen, I mean, we'll talk about manager interviews in a minute. But what did you make of his? He just didn't want to be there, did he? And it's understandable. Yeah,
he's got a lot
you
going on.
know what? It's like the interview's just probing him all the time, isn't it? And he's probably thinking after a bit, just get me out of here. And his head ain't gone, but it's gone.
Yeah.
I'll get. No, thanks, mate. See you later.
how would you handle that? Like, if your head's gone, because
I
how would
wouldn't
you
put myself in that position, if I'm totally honest.
I think the whole squad's head's gone.
It does, Medin, that when you get asked a question in some interviews and you know, like, you've given your answer, but they ain't got the answer they want. So they kind of go on in a different way, but the same kind of question, really.
It can be like a cheap detective show from America, innit, when they're interrogating.
Mate,
you know what I mean?
know
Like, lights on.
probing him.
Where was you in the night in question?
It's not Columbo, is it?
Get
It's not Columbo. It's not asking the right
We
questions.
can all understand his head's gone. You've kind of got to do the right thing and not, but we're all we're all human, aren't we?
That's what they're born to do, to be a reporter.
Yeah.
And reporters can get annoyed.
Yeah.
And
He ain't gonna...
prime example is what they done to Arteta.
Yeah.
Like, Arteta was like answering all these questions.
Yeah.
And then he was doing it all right, but you can see he was agitated.
Yeah.
And Arteta was like, he says, okay, I've had enough. And he walks off camera. And then the guy goes, hold on. He goes, mate, as soon as he done that, you're like, he grips him up.
The thing is, he stopped listening to the question. He just went again. And I was like...
He goes, I've got to ask you this question.
Wow.
And it was a question that he can't answer.
Mate.
And he said, get out of here, man.
He won't be the first. He won't be the last.
Mate, that was hilarious.
Talking about that, because obviously I'm working the games now, and so that's one of the jobs we have to do. I don't do it personally. The girls do it, who work with us, who interview the managers after the game, and it's the hardest thing. Like, we interview players before the game, and we interview the managers. The winning manager comes to the desk and he speaks to us, and that's fine because it's all roses. It's still a song and dance. Like, we had David. Was it David Moyes after the game? Who come over? I can't remember. It might have been before the game, and we were asking him, David, do you think you're safe? He's like 16 points clear with 10 games to go. Like, we all know he's going to say, no, I don't feel like I'm safe. But really, he'd be thinking, mate, if this would be, but you can't say it. So the whole process is a song and dance. You know what I mean? It's like, and so, but it's all right. I mean, it's not the most favourite part of my job because I'm asking questions. And even I'm asking, I'm thinking, this is a stupid question. Yeah. And I know, like, it'll be, imagine me and you having to do something.
It then.
Yeah, but otherwise
you can't stay still.
You can't stay still. Like, you got to
say something.
You'll be like, you say like, you said they've won the game. You were really happy with the performance today.
Of course
they are.
What do you think he did well? What could you have done better?
Yeah, I know, but it's just like, and then you're actually. I almost when the camera goes, I want to go. I'm sorry about that, geez.
Most of the times you're put on the spot as well. Like it says, Coley, Joe. Is there something you want to ask right now? If there is, do it now. And they're like, my brain don't think that fast, so I'm just going to ask the obvious. How did you think that goal went in?
It's absurd, isn't it? It's absurd.
It's stupidity, but then this is what makes it worse, right? The audience is watching. It's like, he's so thick.
No.
Because you haven't had no time to prepare and you got to think on your feet. It's just the way it is, isn't it?
Oh, mate.
It's the way it is. And look, sometimes it's entertaining, sometimes it's like bad for you as the person that's on the receiving.
Do you know the girls that do it, the job? I say to them all the time in work, that's the hardest job that they do at the broadcasting. Because speaking to the losing manager is the
worst.
It's a conversation. He don't want to be there. Yeah. You've got to ask him stupid questions, and not the girls that they ask him. There's no question that can be asked that is going to be like
bearable. It's hard.
He's not going to be able to say what he wants to say. You know, so it's the hard job. The girls do a hard job, and they do it fantastically well.
And not get cancelled.
Okay, that's the thing.
Gonna get cancelled.
Let's do a mock interview.
Right, you ain't manager no more.
Let's do a mock interview.
I'm tired of this crap.
All right, let's do a mock interview. Right, let's say, for instance, all right, answer me a question. Ask me a question. I'll be think of a manager in the league. I'll be Ruben Amorim. Ask me Ruben Amorim. We've lost. Go and ask me any question that you think you can ask me.
All right,
and I'll answer how I think he wants to answer it.
Okay, Ruben. How do you think that game went? Because you've not had a great season so far, and now you're knocking on the door of relegation. What do you reckon you need to do better?
Oh, Coley, honestly, mate, everything. We're having one. I didn't think it was as bad as this when I took the job. Board ain't got a Scooby. What can you do? I'm here, 4-year contract. Got to work with this lot until the end of the season, and we're trying to shift it about. I hope they give me time. Otherwise, I'll be back in the south of France.
What type of players are you going to be bringing in?
Good players. But that's it. Like, you know what I mean?
Good players.
Not really. The board said they was going to do this, and now they're not, and it's backtracking, and they make me do these interviews.
You're sacked in the morning.
You're sacked in the morning. What am I getting sacked for? I'm just being honest.
Yeah, but you've got clubs interest at first.
Doing for wrongful sacking. I was being honest, mate. They sack me for being honest.
They'll pay you up anyway, so it doesn't matter. But anyway. All right,
there's a few managers that's wanted that in the past, and they've never had a sacking.
Yeah, but that's it.
You got to get paid off.
Yeah, I know. Well, absolutely, 100%. There's all sorts of songs and dance, but listen, well,
that one. But Amorim, obviously, after that game, I don't know what his interview was like. I think he was fine, but Arteta was very, very agitated.
He was.
And I see you with his pain. You're 15 points behind the leaders after this game. 15 points. You can't get back.
No, you can't get back.
You're done. So there's no questions.
Do Arsenal get rid of him in the end? Has he been given long enough?
No, Arteta set the new culture over there. He's the man.
Yeah. No. Arteta, 100%. You hear any Arsenal fans talking about him, mate? You remember where you was 5 years ago, and then relax.
Yeah, just relax.
You know what I mean?
You don't think they look at it and go,
no way.
We need someone who's going to get us the title.
No, listen, it's hard to win a title.
Yeah.
Mikel Arteta has done enough to deserve at least another 2 seasons to go and sign him.
They think Arsenal.
If they sign him,
do they think Arteta can go and win a title? Do you reckon?
I think they do, and I think they're right. I think if you go and give Arteta Isak, you go and sign him Isak or even Osimhen. I think next year...
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. I've heard
You've
been getting a bit of stick, haven't you?
Mate.
Harry Kane's going to Arsenal. A few Tottenham fans have been giving me stick at the kids' football. Mate, why are you saying Harry Kane's going to Arsenal?
Did you say to them, I'm not on the board at Arsenal. I'm not Harry Kane's agent.
I was just saying it'd be good person to get if he's willing to come back to the Premier League, which I've heard he is.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's finding out. This is an exclusive. An exclusive. But do you know what it is, though?
Teddy Sheringham shout about Roy Keane.
Yeah, I know. I love Ted, but I think I don't know, man. Roy's been out of the game for a long time, and I know he's brilliant at what he does. Mate, I tell you what, though, I'd watch the Amazon documentary of if Roy Keane took the job. First meeting. I'd love
to be a fly on the wall.
Imagine that with the players. Oh, that'd be belting.
Most of those players will fold.
Yeah.
They wouldn't know what hit him. Like,
I don't know. He might do all right, you know.
What with the style of... Listen, all right, what do you imagine him going in there
I couldn't imagine him going in and just battering people straight away.
Okay.
I'd expect the effect of like Mourinho when he first come to Chelsea.
Yeah.
You know, when training was just you had to be on it. It was different, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like he made sure everyone was on it and everything had to be right.
Yeah.
But he was skilled doing that.
It would be an intense training session. And then if you do mess up, then good luck to you.
No, but don't you think Roy will be a little bit too intimidating for this generation. I'm not saying because I understand. Look, from our era, we could take a batter and we could take someone saying this and that about you, and you prove them wrong. Prove me wrong. Go on, prove me wrong.
I'd like to see his interviews after a loss.
I'd love to see it. I mean, listen, I've worked with him. He's a great geezer. He's like,
he's a great.
I find him funny.
Yeah, and he's a brilliant pundit.
Yeah.
And it would.
He says how it is, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's exactly what we're trying to say here. He says how it is. I don't think that the
world's not ready for that.
The younger generation in that dressing room is not.
That's a good
ready
point, actually. That's
for
a
the
good
truth.
Point.
They're not ready for the truth.
What's that film? You can't handle the truth.
What is that from again?
That's Jack.
If Roy Keane was a boxer, his name would be Roy the Truth.
yeah, that's what it would be.
But listen, I'd love to see it. But
That's that Jack Nicholson film, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Taxi.
Not a taxi, no.
You've been watching them different sites, mate.
On it, that oh God!
Right,
I got a Scooby.
Should we do some? Listen, we'll stick with Man United for a minute because there's still. I thought these guys were gone, but there's still protests against the Glazers. These guys are sold up.
The Glazers out. 5,000 fan protests outside Old Trafford. After I didn't even know they were still about. I thought Ineos had dispersed of them. Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Glazers are still about, hanging around, taking their little money here and
dividends.
there. Dividends. Look, listen, I can understand where the 5,000 fan protests would come from.
Yeah.
We got to look at the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
Manchester United used to be the richest club in the world.
Yeah.
Through football.
Charging £66 a ticket.
No, but through football. Through football, they were the richest club in the world. Through football, the honours, the prize money, everything. Now, they're having now to sack and cut staff from the club. Yes, some people might say that it wasn't sustainable to have that type of money being shelled out to the staff and the people that make Manchester
United. It's like Gary
United.
Neville made a point that ain't going to help them with what they're actually cutting, surely.
Yeah,
There's
but
a few staff
That's
lunches
what
and
happens.
some of the staff.
Yeah, but do you know what it is, Bridgie? Right, it's completely wrong. We talked about it, but you know, I know people who this is their job. Where they they're CEOs. They go into companies that are failing.
Yeah.
And what they do is they cut everything. It doesn't matter where it is. It's just we cut this. We stop buying baked beans. We get this. We and it all adds up. And then they try and rebuild from there. It's like it's a process that goes. It's wrong because ultimately you've got to have some empathy when you do it. When you're cutting these things, it shouldn't be the people. It shouldn't be the people that suffer at the bottom of the pile, you know, whether it be the people that have been there for years, the people that affect the club in such a way that it's not quantifiable on a spreadsheet because it's their life, their spirit, their personality they bring to the club. But what it should be done, the one problem at Manchester United, you go in there, you go, right, who's put their names on signing all of these players over the years and who's done the deals? Who's done the deals? I want... For all of these players' contracts, who's put this contract in?
I'm going to sue him.
First of all, get rid of them.
Yeah.
Get rid of all of them out of the club.
Well, they have.
Anyone,
They have.
right? Okay, and then the new people have come in. They look like they ain't done a much better job either. So you might have to backtrack on them and get rid of them as well because the players that have been brought in the last window under the new administration still don't look like they're at it. So that's first of all, that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
It's like. For me, it's like you're trying to fix the air conditioning on the Titanic whilst it's going down. Plug the hole, mate. Bring in players that are going to make the club better on the pitch first and foremost, because then everything outside of that is and it shouldn't fall on the feet of the workers of the club. It shouldn't. Well, that's why they're doing it.
Well, the protest leaders is a guy called Steve Crumpton.
Yeah.
From the 1958 group, and he's warned the club that it might be facing financial Armageddon. Oof. Yeah, and it's hard to put a financial Armageddon and Manchester United in the same sentence because that. But when you look back, you look at Barcelona, the fall of Barcelona.
Yeah.
You kind of worry that can't be Manchester United.
Yeah,
can't be.
Yeah,
because they're saying the Glazers have mismanaged.
Yeah.
The club.
Right.
I don't know how they could have. It was a multi-billion.
Yeah.
project.
Mate, you seen the world that
You can see it.
And then the thing of the layoffs, get the layoffs and all of that, but then charging tickets.
We lay off a few players.
66. Don't forget about the layoffs. We're not going to forget about the layoffs, but other than the layoffs, you're charging £66 for kids tickets, exploiting their dreams, as someone says it here. And I'm looking at them, I'm thinking, how are you gonna even, when you got leaky roofs and you got mouses and rats running around the building, and you're charging £66 for the theatre of dreams? That's fear of nightmares at the moment. Do you know what I mean?
There's the headline.
There's the headline there. Fear of nightmares.
Any club charging £66 ticket for a kid is crazy, isn't it?
It's disgraceful.
This day and age.
But listen, that just blew my mind because I didn't even know the Glazers were still there. But listen,
they're still lurking.
I don't know what percentage they got. They're lurking around. Like, I'll tell you what, though.
Ineos has only got 25% of the club.
Yeah, but okay.
So they're in to manage the club now, and that's what they're doing. Ineos has said, I'll take 25%, but we get the
control
most
of the football.
of the football club.
Well,
the Glazers are still with their 35% thinking,
listen, they're in,
you lot go do your work.
Yeah, they're in Tampa, mate. They own the Buccaneers in Tampa, where I live. So they're very, very, very in that city. They're loved in that city.
Are they?
They would. Let me tell you, man. I know you're doing your protests here and that, but it won't touch a nerve with them. They're sitting on a beach somewhere. So
unbelievable.
But I agree with you. Do you know what I mean? I do think that the bang out of order how they've managed the club, but I don't know the answer. Sorry, Man United fans. We hope you get. Yeah, we do hope. We do hope for you.
Because look, Manchester United are the flag bearers of the Premier League. Man.
Yeah.
I keep on saying it. They're a proper football club.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it can't go. Just because of that doesn't mean it can't go to shit.
Yeah,
it can't. Yeah, it can if it's mismanaged, but it shouldn't be mismanaged because it's Premier League.
But it's everything working. It's getting the right people in to run it. Recruitment has to be right with the players you get in. The manager's got to be right. It ain't easy.
The build is
it ain't
hard.
easy.
Rebuild.
That's one thing. It definitely ain't easy.
That is very, very true. We'll quickly move on to Liverpool. They're just unassailable, innit? Are we all in agreement that it's
done?
It's done.
Yeah.
Romeo done.
I think we agreed that a couple of weeks ago.
We did, didn't we? Right.
We did as well. We did, but they haven't got our second gear, have they, this season?
I tell you what, they weren't in second gear though. In that first leg.
PSG.
Wow. What happened,
Mate? They were just there for the taking,
mate?
Their legs were open like the Tesla doors. Take me.
It was just all over the place.
Mate, I swear down, I looked at that game, I was like, remember, we was texting, I was like, what's happened to Liverpool?
Yeah, where are they?
PSG are running rampant in them
you give them a shout to go and win it as well.
I did, yeah.
Did you?
I did, yeah. I mean, listen, Anfield's going to be a different kettle of fish.
Oh, yeah.
But
a totally different game.
Yeah, be a totally different game. But the shouts were from the PSG players where they didn't realise how bad Liverpool were. I saw it something like that.
No way,
mate. And L'Equipe is brutal. The newspaper in France, right? It's
that
still read that, do you? Still read that, yeah.
So every now and then I have a little croissant and an espresso. If you see me on the King's Road with L'Equipe,
he's pretending. That's all you need to know.
Culture with a croissant,
and a little espresso,
on espresso, yeah.
Yeah, they are brutal though. To be fair, but listen, I don't really know what to say. I think they can. They can win the game at home, at least draw the game and go through Liverpool. But, mate, smash and grab. Do you remember doing any smash and grabs?
He should have had a red card, by the way, Nunes.
Oh, yeah.
See it?
Yeah. Yeah,
I know like Walker just bounced straight to go cut, but he's not gone for the ball at all. It's just one of them. He's annoyed. You know, when someone's running, you just I'm going to trip him up.
Yeah.
He's just gone for that. He's gone for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Innit?
It's disgusting.
And then he's gone and scored. He shouldn't have been on the pitch.
He was a big part of the game as well. That's the thing about it. That's what makes it worse. He
didn't get sent off and he scores.
Salt in the wound. Not just but he won the penalty.
Yeah.
So he was a big part of the game.
It?
So for a Southampton fan, he'd be like, he shouldn't even be on the pitch. Why is he here? Why is he here?
It's madness.
To be fair, even when they ain't played well, they've got a result. So if anyone was challenging, it would have been hard anyway. Because I feel like they've always grinded out a result, haven't they?
They've got everything, this Liverpool side. We can't speak highly enough. But we'll move on from them. And another interesting game. the Manchester City versus Forest game because obviously I was at Forest, so I had my Forest hat on. I feel like I've played for the club.
Right, mate,
I'm behind them. I'm convinced.
I'm surprised you ain't coming here with a Forest shirt on.
Mate, listen, I get the Brian Clough and the green jumper.
Yeah, you should do.
I love it. I love everything.
You love it, innit?
Yeah, the lads down there.
They poisoned you. They have over there. What?
All Aina's done me, man.
Mate,
I love the
I love the
lads.
water up there or something like that.
I love the lads up there. They're brilliant. But mate, and they done a number on Man City. It was just a number, wasn't it? It was just you knew how the game was going to go. Block the passing lanes. Break with Hudson Odoi. Alanga worked so hard. Defensively,
How good has he been this season,
mate?
Callum?
So good. So Callum.
Callum's been unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm really happy for him.
I'm really happy.
So I was chatting to him, Bridgie, and you know this because you've had injuries. He had a really bad Achilles injury, and for a winger, it took him about a year, 18 months to get back to his speed. And I asked him how he was, and he said that because that's where I saw it. I saw it like he'd come off of it because of his injury, but now he's like, no, I feel like I can just drive past players, and I'm like,
if he noticed,
it's great. It's great.
I always felt like there was people, because obviously he signed a great deal at Chelsea, didn't he? And then he kind of fell off. Do you reckon he felt like he was getting a bit of a stick?
It's hard. Mentally, it must be hard, Geese.
Yeah, that's what I say. Mentally, it must be mentally hard for him, and that's why you know when you look at Forest, you think he's a player that's he's had that thing round him to going to get you to where you should be.
You needed a club like that.
Come in the environment.
You
needed a club like that.
Yeah, that's just their spirit must be.
When you see the owner as well, and he's coming down in the tunnel and he's like believing in you, and the manager's believing in you, that must be a good. The thing with Callum, like, he's a great kid, man. Like, really lovely boy, and he did get a lot too soon probably at Chelsea. But that was the price to keep him because he was going to go Bayern Munich.
Because he's that good. Yeah.
Because he's one of the best products that the academy has produced, and it's as simple as that. So they needed to keep him.
And you're seeing more of it now, obviously, because he's gone through those injuries.
Yeah. So now I'm just happy he's playing with a smile on his face again, without that pressure of being at a massive club, and the expectations are high, and you're getting paid loads of money. And people are expecting more from you, and you're still in development phase. He was still developing, and it was hard for him. And there's not a lot of people that's been in his shoes that's gone through that. He went away. He went to Germany. He went to Bayer Leverkusen, done all right, then came back, and then now he's hit he's hit right where he's supposed to hit. Because I look at him, I'm thinking, he's enjoying his football now. He's got his mate Aina with him. He's got Langa there as well, and it's a nice little unit where he's feeling comfortable to grow again, and he's gonna go from strength to strength. Yeah, I'm really happy for him.
Do you know what I'd advise him to do as well? I said, because once you're playing football and you're happy and enjoying yourself, there might be some bigger clubs sniffing around these lads like now, like say bigger clubs in stature, like I don't know, Arsenal might want him, or even Chelsea might, maybe or Man City, but don't run from what you got. There's something special happening there, and when you're playing and you're happy, it's massive. And you look back at your career and go, I played well there, but I was happy.
You could go and be a legend there.
Yeah.
Imagine they get into the Champions League, and then you part of that surge.
Yeah.
Getting the boys up into that level. For me, I think Champions League for Nottingham Forest is a little bit far-fetched. It's not. It's there. It's real. It's in a reality.
I mean, you're going to fall out. You can't.
No, it's a reality. But
where they are, it ain't far.
Yeah,
no. I'm talking about being successful in it, not just being a part.
You mean latter stages?
Yeah, like doing something in the, because I think they get about 8 games. They'll get about 8 games to play Champions League football. Yeah, but I'll pose this question to you now. Yeah, I'll pose this question to you.
Wow.
What would you rather? Yeah. Winning the league.
Yeah.
Or, actually, no. I'll pose another question. Winning the league, or getting Champions League football for at least 3 years.
Oh, winning the league.
Win the league all day long.
Yeah, all day.
But you win the league, and then what's next?
Well, whatever's
then
next. Like, if you give me the option of one of the two, you
for a Nottingham Forest team.
For this Nottingham Forest team, win the league.
Win the league.
Yeah, absolutely. The owners might think differently because they'll
for the next 3 years, because you might not win. Because you get into Champions League football, you know what happens, isn't it? When you get into Champions League football, you kind of like your league form kind of falls off.
It's difficult to
it's difficult to sustain.
Yeah.
That's why I say it, because when you get into that domain of Champions League football.
That's just building the squad up. More players.
Yeah.
Innit, really?
But that's hard.
Like
to
when
get
Mourinho
the right
come in, he
players.
wanted 2 quality players in every position.
Yeah.
But then it's keeping everyone happy at the same time as
Yeah.
well.
Because remember, you are Nottingham Forest,
Yeah.
and I should be playing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the way some of these boys will look at it.
Yeah.
Well, we're not Manchester City. We're not.
Where the recruitment
Arsenal.
comes in is really important.
Exactly. And that's where they got Edu.
Recruit character.
That's where they got Edu to oversee everything now.
Yeah, talking about recruitment, I just want to jump off piste a little bit. Something caught my eye this week from FIFA for the World Cup final. They want to do a halftime show. I mean, what kind of nonsense is that? I mean, well, first of all,
if you're a
halftime
player,
show, that's a
you come off,
45-minute thing.
half time's long enough as it is.
Yeah.
Because you start to cool down a little bit.
Yeah.
I never want a half time. I don't need that break. I'd rather just crack on.
Yeah, but you're Wayne
Going into
Bridgeskis.
15
like, do you know what I
minutes
mean?
and having that break. You don't want a half-hour break.
You're the man that climbed Mont Blanc with me and went to play golf when I was in my bedroom questioning my life because I was in so much pain.
You're
I mean-
climbing mountains.
No, but
I'm
you
golf.
can't. You don't love a half-time break, surely.
No, I don't love. No, I did. Sometimes I did. Running after players like you, yeah. Give me a break. But forget that. I'm thinking from for players' perspective, it'll be annoying.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm thinking of it from football's perspective, right? 45 minutes, right? Let's just say England are in the final. Please, God, England are in the final against Brazil, and you're losing 1-0, and then I don't know, Lenny Kravitz comes on, and you got for the fans, nobody's watching. No England fan will be sitting. You could. Unless you get the return of Elvis coming back, it ain't important. I don't know who you get up there, right? If Bob Marley comes back, then it's accountable. Bring him
Michael
back.
Jackson.
Yeah.
I would watch Michael Jackson.
well-
I'd say, listen, take an hour.
Go to a concert. Don't go to a football
Listen
game.
to this, right? And I'm gonna. It's annoyed me. It's really annoyed me actually.
Why has it annoyed you?
Because it's like, stop messing with football.
Yeah, just
Infantino.
like go to a
Leave
game.
it.
You want to go to a concert, go the next day.
Afterwards.
I disagree with you. I disagree. I feel like you're
Hear me
being
out,
old.
hear me
You're
out.
being old.
No. Hear
You're
me
being
out.
old.
Hear me out, right? It's not football fans won't want it, Coley.
Who are you to speak to about football fans?
I'm telling you, they don't want it,
Mate, do you know how many people sold that? Do you know how many people, was at this thing the other day, the social media guys, their event?
Yeah, that's just like
They do sell out.
90,000, wouldn't it?
And
Yeah.
there's loads of entertainment in that.
Yeah, listen,
And that's who they're marketing to now.
Yeah, no.
Not us old school boys.
No, but
we're old.
It doesn't, like, sometimes tradition matters, Coley, right? And I went to the Super Bowl, right, in Miami, and I was hungover, and I thought, and I don't really like, I respect the NFL, but to NFL in America, people are so important to them, like, people are so excited, and I was there, and I was watching it, and I was like, I didn't really understand what was going on, but I was there as a tourist. I'm one of these footballing tourists,
Yeah.
right? So I shouldn't have been there. I was watching Patrick Mahomes' the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So I'm there, I've got a ticket, I'm a fraud, I don't know what's going on. I thought, I've got to go to Super Bowl, giving it, right? And I didn't know what was going on. I was there. Jennifer Lopez come on at half time. And as a tourist, that was the best part of the day. And the most impressive part of the day.
Going for the American
going
football.
for
You're
football.
going to just have a good time.
Super Bowl ain't for me, but I'm there. I'm hungover. J-Lo's come on, and I'm like, oh, this is good.
I love this.
So and the most impressive thing that day, some of the best athletes in the world on the pitch, the most impressive thing that day was she's 50, right? She looks unreal. She done a knee slide like Thierry Henry on the hills.
No, she didn't.
I was up clapping.
No, she didn't.
No, she did, man.
She done a knee slide.
Oh, she done a knee slide across the thing.
Wow.
And I'm there, I'm clapping. This is blinding. But then I'm sitting there with the fans, and they're real fans. Like, it means something for them, their team to win or lose. And I'm chatting to them, and they're like pulling their hair out. Yeah. So they wasn't even interested in J-Lo. But no. So I'm just thinking, yeah, but I'm a fraud.
Yeah, but there's a
NFL ain't
there's a load
for
of
me.
fraud
Go
football
to a
for me.
concert, Coley.
Listen,
Don't
mate.
go to a football game.
Mate, I tell you what.
You'll have the real fans won't be going then. You'll have.
That's what it's going. It's going like that. It's getting franchised. This is what I'm saying. Like it's being Americanized. We know what's going on, and we've got to go with the times because that's what's happening.
Listen, mate, listen.
I love music, but
Yeah, I love music.
I'd rather go to a concert.
They're monetising. They're monetised. Like, they're always sitting there going, how can we make more money?
Yeah.
Sell more adverts.
Yeah.
Like, no, football's more than that to certain people. And
It is to me. It is to me.
Did you see Infantino with Donald Trump? Like you,
But
Right,
what happened? Tell me.
it's comedy gold. Right?
It's like going to a concert and halfway through the concert going, I just watched 20 minutes of football.
We've got 5-0 coming.
I wouldn't mind that.
No, Goldie, you
I
wouldn't.
would have mixing football and music together is perfect.
Nah.
I wouldn't mind that.
Nah.
Listen, I'm not playing anymore. I'm more worried about the players. Now, having a half an hour break, because it's going to be about half an hour, isn't it?
45 minutes.
It'll be 45-minute break.
Mate, you got to do the stage, get whoever's up there.
Mate, it's too long.
45 minutes. All right, okay, so 45 minutes. If I've had a bad half, a really bad half, I would like to...
Mate, then you're cooling down, then you have to get warmed up again.
I love to reflect.
Well,
It could go two ways.
The biggest game in these players' career, the biggest game, and you're telling me you're
you
going
have
to
to
change
change.
the format
Yeah.
because, I don't know, Taylor Swift's up there singing a song or something like that.
Ain't
and
happening.
no one's interested. No one will be interested. I don't care who you
I might
put
like
up there.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, don't care. Like, no one's interested. You're going to watch the World Cup final. This means something to, like, legends are born on this day.
Yeah.
Like, not just legends are born. I watch World Cup games and as a young kid, and something come inside me that I want to do that. I want to be a footballer. It's something that here, like, dreams are made, and you're telling me we're going to stop all that to make a few quid.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't agree.
I'll tell you what, I agree with you on this, and I do agree with you. Don't get me wrong. I'm just being devil's advocate, right?
Yeah.
But this is
He's
what it
just
is.
trying to be annoying.
I was.
I come for his assets.
He came for me earlier. I'm on him. Anyway, while I'm saying this, and we'll talk about the Donald Trump thing.
Go on.
So when what's his name? The
Infantino
goes into the office, into the Oval. Yeah. He goes into the Oval. He brings the new World Cup out. I'm like, first and foremost, it's not a cup. It's a trophy.
Right, yeah.
So he puts it down, and he's got this key, right? So I'm thinking, all right, here we go. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna let Donald do the Donald? Is he gonna let Donald open it up and see what it does?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
But no, Infantino, because he's the big I am.
Yeah.
He does it. And it's just the most awkward thing ever.
Yeah,
Did you see it? Did you watch it?
Well, I've seen the pictures. I've listened
mate.
to it.
Mate, so they're talking.
go
This
on.
goes, oh, this is the key for the new World Cup. And then you see Donald going, well, yeah. He ain't got a Scooby. He doesn't really, it doesn't look like, he's got world affairs to deal with, not the World Cup, yeah. So anyway, he opens it, and then it's quite impressive, the trophy. It goes into a nice little worldly kind of shape, three parts to it. It's quite decent.
Yeah.
Then he gets the key, and he's like, there's the key. And he tries to give it to Donald. Donald's like half thinking, should I take it? No, I'm not really bothered, really. Yeah. And then he goes, we're going to put on a great event, this, that, and the other. But Donald Trump just seemed just like, he doesn't care. He don't care about it because it's not an American sport. That's what I'm trying to say. And we're trying to look at it, and we've got to look at it from a different angle. The Americans, they just want everything entertaining. They want everything to be, they want to be entertained. Yeah. Whereas we love the sport in its purity. Now, if you're going to be selling franchises or shares to these football clubs, you're going to have to come with that now. You've got to have to accept that this is where it's going to go. It's going to be more, advertised into that space now.
Yeah.
And we've got to get a little bit more cornier, because we're not corny people over here.
Yeah.
We're kind of conservative.
Yeah.
But we've got to open up to the prospects of it going to be advertised into that realm. And that's the way it is. It's just the way it is. I'm not having it.
I'm not having it. No.
I'm just being like...
Nice. Yeah, I know what you're doing. But...
You're not having it?
I'm just not having it, no. I think if you're the president of FIFA, right, your job is to... Your primary job is to spread football around the globe, right? But also to keep hold of what's sacred about it. And I just don't like any... I think at any level, don't mess with something which is already the best game in the world. It's already touched the hearts and minds and souls of so many football people around the world. It means so much to so many people. They just want to
make it. They think they can make it better. Listen, that's what it is.
Unless Infantino could brings me Bob Marley singing at half time. If he thinks we can get, if they find a way doing that, then I'm on board. But no.
What do you think, Bridgie? What do you think?
Yeah.
Leave it or just
I told you
add to
leave
it?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to add to it, no?
No, I don't need to. No one wants to go to a game and then watch that.
Yeah. We go afterwards to the concert.
Yeah, we go to the music thing after.
All right, cool.
All right.
Party after.
All right. talking about parties, Tottenham's comeback.
Oh, that was
2-2.
Nice. That was nice. What you just done there.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Received the ball from the fullback.
Yeah, on the half turn.
Yeah.
There were some goals in that, by the way.
Some good goals.
Seen them?
What was your favourite?
The Spurs first. That was a cross, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Cross,
that was, come on. He didn't even celebrate. He was like, okay, went in, let's crack on.
So, do you see the Bournemouth one disallowed for offside?
Go on.
The build-up to that was good. I don't know if you've seen it.
The Bournemouth goal.
Yeah.
Private goal, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who was down on the left.
Yeah.
Beat a couple of players, run up the wing, mate. It was offside,
It was a brilliant goal. Very good
goal.
goal.
They're good to watch, Bournemouth.
They are good to watch.
Very
good to watch.
They're very good to watch. And the manager's been linked with Real Madrid, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So that's from
level.
Bournemouth to Real Madrid. That's a big old jump.
Well,
That's levels. But for Tottenham's perspective, I think Andrew's,
2-0 down.
2-0 down. He's come back. They got the European game, which is do or die for them, really, and for Ange. And, I think he sort of alluded to the fact it could be the biggest game of his career, which is massive. It's a long career. If Spurs go out of Europe, it's season over, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's done. Done and dusted. This is the only thing they've actually got something to hold on.
Yeah. I had the usual, my pals went to
They've had a few protests as well down there as well.
Yeah, man, there's protests everywhere, isn't it?
What's going on?
Yeah, but listen, I had the usual for this 90 minutes game, Spurs versus Bournemouth. For the first 60 minutes, the group chats were popping off, Ange out. From 60 minutes to 90 minutes, we are Tottenham. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to win Europe. It's like it's clubs. Just the direction of it is just all over the place at the moment, isn't it?
It's I just don't know. With Spurs are a team that has, first and foremost, they're trying to find their identity again.
Yeah.
Because they don't even know what they're being called.
Yeah. Who are we? Where are we?
Where are we? What are we doing? So they got that to source out first. But then obviously you got
Mr. Coley, sorry.
I don't know. Then you want to lay in again? I'm not doing this to you, Spurs. I'm not. This is him.
Who are we? Do you remember when? Do you remember when we used to do that? Was it you when we used to do the huddle at Chelsea? And everyone had to have a chance to speak.
Oh, that was me, and I couldn't.
No.
I fumbled.
No, was it Willie Gallas? And it was at the end of the speech. Like, come on, we're going to win the game. Blah, blah, blah. And the Gallas, we took, who are we? And we go, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
That's what we used to do.
But Willie, with his, where are we? No, he said,
Where are we? Where are we?
Where are we? I was looking around. We're in the changing room, geez. We're in the dressing room.
Back to your one. Did you have a little bit of a starter?
Was you there? Oh my goodness! Was you there?
I was there, mate.
No.
He's gone back. I can even remember what game it was.
Remember what came out?
Newcastle away. So he's gone. It's Newcastle at the end of the season, and it was Coley's turn to do the thing. And he's sweating before the game. Like, you're right, Geese. Yeah, I've got to speak. What am I going to say? I won't just say, let's get in, first tackle, all nonsense. Come on, blah, blah. And
I did ask you for advice, didn't it?
Yeah, you asked me for advice. I went, just don't worry about it. And then we got in the huddle, and he's like, right. And they could hear him drying his mouth. I just hear him licking his lips.
Someone else take over. Did someone else take over for him in the
And he went, I don't know what I'm saying, boys.
He just didn't get nothing out.
That was arms.
I know you're going out.
Do you know what? That was
chuckling to yourself.
Mate, that was the worst time of my life. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about the game. The game was irrelevant.
That's what I mean. If you thought about that much, surely you'd have prepared yourself a little bit.
I did. I tried. I thought I did.
You should have wrote it down, maybe.
I prepared myself. So I was in the huddle. I was like, yes, lads. Brain dead. Yeah. And he's like, we're going to go. I said, we're going to go out there. We're going to go out there. And then JT gone, what Coley's trying to say is... I was like, oh my God, ground, please swallow me up.
Oh, mate.
I don't want to come back. My mind after that, I was gone. I wasn't even thinking about the game after. I wasn't thinking about anything, just getting home.
That was in your head the whole game, wasn't it?
Just get me out of it.
The whole game.
Just get me out of it.
On that note, On that note, I
Anyway,
think...
yeah, but let's talk about. We haven't even talked about Spurs and Bournemouth. Like Bournemouth was unbelievable though.
Yeah.
Bournemouth, they're a great team to watch. Clivert playing out of his skin.
Yeah.
Semedo as well.
Yes. Baller. Yeah.
Like they got the boy, the centre half. Is it Hyson?
Yeah.
He's being touted for Real Madrid.
Yeah, mate. Player.
So
He's only 19, 20, isn't he?
Yeah,
baby.
Eva Nilsson, what a striker as well. It's not. See, that's why you need a striker.
The cross for the first goal was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And he's just come back from injury.
Mate,
and the finish.
Top scorer. That's the level the Premier League's at. Top scorer in Portugal. Brazilian. Is it Brazilian?
Yeah.
We'll sign him and he goes to Bournemouth. You know what I mean? And that's the level. That's why Bournemouth are a serious team now.
Yeah. I think it was Tavernier you were talking about with that run down on the left.
You like him.
Is it? Yeah.
Tavernier,
like
very good player.
Yeah.
But Bournemouth are playing some brilliant football. Obviously, Kepa shouldn't have made that challenge at the end to bring them back.
Oh, stupid. It's mate.
Kepa, like...
You're praising for his commitment, like, but he should have just backpedaled. Do you know what I mean? I ain't getting there. I've got to backpedal here.
but look, Spurs capitalised on it. And look, Son...
Yeah.
That was kind of a cheeky penalty. Like that always has that. See the type of penalties, yeah, we don't hit it properly.
Yeah,
and he just kind of like,
yeah,
it's like a nothing. I think it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Keepers hate it. Keepers will hate it,
mate.
Yeah, but it's like a P-roller. Like he didn't even hit it properly.
Yeah.
He hit it true. I think when you
I always remember doing shooting practice, and if you tried to dink the keeper, they used to be so angry. They catch it and boot it, and get it.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was unreal.
It was Carlo. I remember Carlo and Peter Checkmate used to be fuming. They catch it and boot it.
Let's talk about that. Why are they fuming? Like
weird, just weird.
Try and lob them, or like I'm just trying to get a goal.
Yeah.
Why are you fuming about
it? It's the disrespect.
What do you mean?
It's the disrespect.
Listen, there's different types of ways to beat a goalkeeper.
Yeah, I know. This is what
just stay in your goal and try and save him, mate.
Yeah, get in your box, goalie.
You know what I mean? Like, why are you trying to be bitter?
Our goalkeepers be fuming with you right now.
Yeah, goalkeepers unions. I don't know. They'd be in the gym or something, bench pressing or something, wouldn't they now?
Rob Green used to be like that. He used to just boot the ball far and wide.
Unwritten rule across football: if goalkeepers, if they feel they're being disrespected, they're allowed to boot your ball, and you have to get it like you're a dog.
Unbelievable.
Unacceptable, goalkeepers.
All right, so moving on to the iconic 12,000-seater stadium with a pub on every corner. Now, I grew up around that area.
Oh, you look at the smile on your face.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I actually broke into that arena.
Yeah.
And that's where my dream started.
You got a burglar's hat on, to be fair. Like that.
Yeah. I used to go with
my mates.
Yeah, with my mates. We used to climb over the fence.
Yeah.
With a couple of footballs. And this is in the summer when obviously we weren't there. And kick a few balls out on Griffin Park. You know, and that started my love for the game. So I want to play there. And I used to always watch. Like I used to live on the 8th floor, so I used to go up on the. Because there's a block of flats, there's like 8 block of flats. I used to live in Maudsley House, the second one closer to the stadium.
Yeah.
And I used to go up to the top floor, and at night time, and when the lights were on, I used to be able to see the match.
Wow.
So there was where my pipe dream started. So I'd love to play under them lights one day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Brentford has indirectly played a massive role in my development as having a dream, you know?
Yeah.
So, look, they're going to be saying goodbye because now it's derelict to Griffin Park. They've got a brand new, great G-Tech stadium, unbelievable in Brentford. And I drive past it now and again, and I look at it and I think, I haven't even been there yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I just can't get my head around leaving Griffin Park. Griffin Park had a pub on every corner.
Only stadium
ever. And it's unbelievable just to be a part of it. I know in Griffin Park and I know the history of it. And it's going.
Yeah.
It's going. It's going to be getting knocked down.
Is it what they could put in the flats?
Yeah.
Housing, wasn't it?
Housing and everything, yeah. So there's development plans. So it's been sold to developers called Eco World.
Yes.
And they've been seeking permission to build 149 new homes. And I think...
Same happened when I was at Southampton to the Dale.
Yeah.
That got knocked down and
did it? Yeah.
Housing got put on it.
Yeah, same as West Ham as well.
Yeah.
West Ham up to
I was there when that happened.
What did you?
Bad, isn't it?
Nice. Do you know what? It's nice walking out to St Mary's. You know, I think the pitch was not always good at the Dale, but a lot of time it's good. But going out to St Mary's, you know, the pitch was good.
Yeah.
It's a bigger stadium. It's different. Different ain't always good. I guess you got more people. More people can go, more money, but I just miss the atmosphere.
Yeah,
The atmosphere was never ever the same again.
Yeah.
Because you always had that. There's always that one end or that one section where it's them die-hard fans. You can always hear them singing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think it being closer to the pitch, as well, always felt like you were tucked in. It always felt like a good atmosphere.
The Dell was a joke, wasn't it? How close it was.
It was close. Like, you know, take a corner. Didn't have much of a run up or anything like that.
Literally touching the first
Fans are on
high-fiving
you.
him like.
Yeah.
They could touch it,
And,
didn't they?
and the atmosphere, and then you go to a new stadium, the atmosphere is just totally different. Completely different.
I know. I remember playing. I played at the Dell, and we got beat, and it was I can't remember exactly. It was an incident where Righty was there, big Righty, and Harry Redknapp was digging us out, and it was like screaming at us. And I think it's just funny and stuff. I remember like a tiny dressing room. You like that.
They do that on purpose in the old school dressing room.
Yeah.
The old
Harry
school
was
stadiums.
screaming at someone.
Ours was tiny as well.
Didn't look after the first team either.
It was a bit bigger, but it's still tiny.
And then Johnny Moncur's got up, and he's he's gone to get a sandwich, like while the manager's chastising someone, Harry, and you see Harry's getting
Wrong
angry,
timing.
and then he's shouted at Johnny. Johnny's got his half naked, and he's booted the sandwiches, the sandwich tray of sandwiches that come in after the game. The sandwiches gone everywhere, and one's landed on Frank Lampard's shoulder, or something like that, and he ain't noticed he's got a damn sandwich there, like. And I'm about 17, and I'm just all going off, you know. You're used to like the nice.
You want to laugh?
Mate, I was
Have a sandwich on his shoulder.
I'm like, am I not laughing? Like, I've got the manager's eye line. I'm like, and then Righty went. So Righty, I think, went to the shower, and it was all like going. There's, you know, when you're a 16-year-old kid, and this is your introduction to men's football.
Yeah,
I remember it was at the Dell, and I'll never ever forget it. And I thought, I don't ever want to have ham sandwich on the shoulder. I don't ever want the manager to speak to me like that. I'm going to make sure I'm on.
Is that why you don't eat ham sandwiches? He's got phobia.
But Frank, for some, I don't know if he had a numb shoulder or something. He's just there chilling. I like listening to the manager. Like,
Yeah, he's right.
He's right.
Look,
Old stadium.
what do you
West
prefer?
Ham though, that's different.
Upton Park.
Upton Park's different.
Yeah, that's different now, isn't it? Going there now.
yeah.
I was there the other day.
Well, I went. That was the first. I took the kids to the West Ham game. It was the first game they went to. You saw.
At London Stadium.
Yeah, didn't you? I was just mad. The difference.
Yeah, it's
So different.
yeah. It has its like you said, Bridgie. It has its charm. Like one of them European nights was good, Coley, when we was working and the fans are at it. But it's just so far away from them.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I
So
mean,
far away.
But having said that, 62,000 West Ham fans get
More
to watch
get to
their
go. That's what I mean. More get
So,
to go. But the
you know,
atmosphere doesn't.
all them
seem
kids
the
that get to
same.
go with their mums and dads to watch the game. That's brilliant.
I got a thing to say about that though. I look at it. I think, do you know what? Like the old school stadiums, like the traditional stadiums where it used to be stand up.
Yeah.
And you could move around in the stadium a little bit. You didn't have a designated seat.
Yeah.
Those ones, like when you look at the places like the Dell, even like to some degree Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
When it all changed and knocked down, so and put seats in and everything.
Yeah.
Because I saw the history of the stadium.
Yeah.
Especially the Chelsea one, because we had to learn.
Yeah.
As a scholarship when we're doing our scholarship and the history of the club and everything. But when you see the development, it is impressive. But at the same time, every time you add more to a stadium, or it's supposed to be better than it was before, or you've moved stadiums.
Yeah.
They have to take in the fact. When I was just looking at the new Everton stadium, got to take in the fact of the atmosphere, I'd say the relation between the players and the fans, and how does that merge? You know, when it's too, like as you said, that London Stadium, when it's a bit too far away from the pitch and the players can't really feel the energy. I can understand why fans would get upset with that. Because it's not the old school where, as you're saying, at the Dell, everything's touch tight. You couldn't even have, there wasn't even a run up, and then you could batter a player. Could batter a player and he hears it. Do you know what I mean? Just having that relationship between player and fan, that's all gone now.
I know.
It's all gone, and you're never going to get that back now because it's been monetized into something bigger than those days. And that's just the way football's gone now. And I know, like, I'm going back on what I'm saying. We talk about the halftime stuff. It's all included because you're now broadening what was actually just the game into something else, more of an entertainment show now, where I can understand where people will be a bit upset because the game's been stolen away from them.
It's very true.
You got a favourite stadium?
Favourite stadium to play in? Good question. I used to always love, obviously, Upton Park, Stamford Bridge, the home teams have played, and they have different, but going away from home, I loved Old Trafford. I did. Like, listen, I've had some real tonkins there as well. I had some great results there as well, but like, you just, I think old stadiums have like a memory to them. Like when we went to the new camp, mate, and I walked in that place, like the hairs on the back of my neck stood on end, and old Anfield as well. I played there, played better against them than I did for them, but them there's something historical and something sort of in the seeped into the core of the place.
It's in the cement, you know what I mean? It's like, you can feel it, the amount of eyes that and feet that have walked through those terraces and the amount of love that's been there. Moments that's been there, that's been created. And when you've got a load of people in one place and that energy in that one place, that don't leave the building. That's ingrained in that place there. So when you do knock it down, eventually you've got to go and rebuild that same thing, and that's so hard to do because yesteryear is when you was probably successful and everything, and those memories are just going to be gone for quite a while. So I do get it, but I used to love playing. I used to have a stadium. You know, you talk about stadiums where you like to play. I used to love going to Craven Cottage. Did you? Just something about that place. Not just that I used to score goals there. But it's just so.
That's proper old Coley.
I just loved that place. There's something about it. Like I just felt it was just on the road, wasn't it? It's just on the road, but it was like a private. It's like right next to the river. And it's just the settings is just lovely.
Yeah, they've had a nightmare, haven't they? We're building that stadium. You heard about this? I don't want to get sued, but apparently,
don't want to get sued.
Listen,
anything could happen now.
No. So they've been building this stand for years, and it's like half open. It's not half open. Okay. But apparently the front, I don't know if it's even out there. Like whoever's built it has done a bodge job because it backs onto the river. So it hasn't passed health and safety. So
they've got to move the stadium.
Don't get dodgy builders in, people.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Like,
what do they do then?
About it. They've been building this stadium.
What are they going to do? Move the river? Or
got to build a moat or a dam or something. I don't know.
What are they going to do that?
I don't know. Maybe get Carlton Cole in.
I'll figure it out.
Give him a quote. It's going to cost you that.
That's at least 5 million, that is. All right, mate. But listen, the ground's nostalgic. We're going to miss that. And I think we've gone past the era. Now, that's what I'm saying about Manchester United. They need to sort out their stadium quick and fast because everyone else is doing it. What's your excuse?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? What's your excuse?
I never really enjoyed playing there. I just got too many memories playing there at Saints and getting battered, I think.
You didn't?
I used to love going there and getting a result, right? So I wouldn't...
Where was your place then that you like going?
If anything really stands out, it would probably just be the Dell because it's where it's all started. So you just have fond memories of it. And probably Chelsea as well. But at Chelsea, like you say at the moment, it's still close, isn't it?
Yeah, still close.
Yeah, still close. Those are probably two that probably stand out the most for me.
They shouldn't change that. They should leave it like that.
Yeah.
That's just for the relatability and for the fans, for the young fans, for the kids. And not having to charge them 60,000. Was it 60 quid for a ticket?
66 quid for mate. You can get in Chelsea for 60. Right, listen, I buy tickets at Chelsea now. They ain't cheap.
Near the end of my career, which is quite a good one, Brighton. Loved it down there. That was good.
Nice.
Good. And I'm sure, might be wrong, but I'm sure Fatboy Slim had something to do with the acoustics and the way the stadium was built,
Really?
so it sounds noisier or something. I'm sure.
Really?
Of it.
Wait, I need to.
Pretty sure they did something.
We need to fact check
with
this.
the stadium. Mate, honestly, I hope I'm right. I do hope I'm right.
I hope you're right.
I'm
I hope you're right
by
after
you
this.
two. Let's do the acoustics.
You'll get it
the
next
way the
week.
sound travels. Like, I'm googling it straight after. I'm googling
Fat
it
boy
straight
Slim.
after.
That was Slim, mate.
Mate, what else? So, yeah, transfers, right? So we're sort of getting to the end of the season. Bridgie's already upset half of North London, telling them Harry Kane should go to Arsenal.
Well, apparently it's been reported they're interested. So I don't know if it's come from me or because I said it. But it's probably going to happen now.
Imagine
There you go. Bridgie said it. It's on.
Some German newspapers are panicking. We've heard from our sources in England. Harry Kane's going to Arsenal.
I'd love it if it happened.
I would love it as well. I'd say, listen, we got the intel, mate.
Mate, listen, he's doing all right for Sol. He's still getting paid doing adverts for Google
mate,
off the back of going from. He's still getting paid now.
True.
Big Sol. Harry Kane's.
Kobbie Mainoo. What's this about?
He's demanding 180 grand a week to stay. I mean, this is
this
take
is what
this
it
to a
is.
pinch of salt. Then you're like, how do you know what he's demanding?
No, we
And
don't
then,
know.
is he demanding? He's not demanding anything. He's asking for it.
He's asking. If
This ain't a hostage situation.
if he's on that, I'm definitely better than him.
That's the club's fault.
Yeah,
that's the club's
A
fault.
Wayne Bridge somewhere behind that story. Someone's leaking something which ain't true.
Bridgie's just leaking on full stories across.
No, you never know. It says Chelsea and Barcelona are monitoring him.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, okay.
Well, it's a good player. He's a good player, isn't he? So
Yeah.
He's a great player,
makes sense. But look, 180,000 a week is going to be. I don't think that's on Ineos's plan. They're trying to cut.
They're trying to cut
at the moment. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but the thing is, I can see him leaving because of this, the way that the financial system is set up, where if you come through, from what we understand, and we are not economists in the podcast, but if you sell a homegrown player, on your bottom line, all of that goes into profit, so it'll allow them to trade more. So,
But that's what happened with Chelsea.
yeah. So I'm pretty sure I think he'll be gone.
Maybe.
Kobbie Mainoo. I think this is all nonsense about. This will be just all.
And he's got to fit into Amarim's system. I don't think. Does he fit in?
For me, I'm going to play devil's advocate again here because I think if this story coming out about him demanding ridiculous wages to stay at Manchester United, I think that's the club's way of going, oh, look, we're trying to keep him. Fans love us, but really they know they have to sell him to rather than just be honest. Say, listen, I know it's a negotiation, you don't want to, there's clubs coming in, but just, listen, we're going to have to sell Kobbie Mainoo because, and then maybe Garnacho as well, does he come under that? And then we can go and
honesty is not the thing here.
We talked about it in our mock interview.
You can't be honest because you'll get the sack.
Why don't we start a football club and just honest?
Called honest FC.
Honest FC. We're
I won't be a part of that. It's got to be a lie. It's got to be a lie in there somewhere.
Probably Isak. They put 150 million price tag on him. Obviously,
well, they can.
People are saying Arsenal and Liverpool can afford to sign him. I don't think Arsenal will be able to afford to sign him after signing Harry Kane.
How would you
That's
play
to Liverpool.
That's a strike partner.
Yeah, mate, that could be lethal. Them two, couldn't it?
Imagine that.
There's Spurs fans
4-4-2.
punching their steering wheel listening to this now.
Imagine they get Harry Kane and Isak.
Oh, mate.
That
Be
is
nice for them, wouldn't it?
Do you know what, right?
in the league, hands down.
Mate, if you had them two up front,
Oh, mate.
do you know? Who was that Premier League player I sent you in the group chat wearing that attire? He's managing somewhere. Mate.
The
club
club for
where he was
Segundo. He played, it was some FC Segundo or something like that.
He had like a three-piece suit on.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. So if you had Harry Kane and Isak, you'd wear that because you know you're winning games.
I think it's Colombian or something like
Is he?
like that. The guy, he was wearing a three-piece dinner suit. Gala.
$1 million, like
He did look.
He did look $1 million, but it's just not what you wear on the side of the pitch.
Yeah, 3-0 down.
Mate,
Maybe I'll take the
let's go to a
lapel off,
gala.
yeah?
Let's go to a gala after.
Put the cravat there. Right,
How do you stay composed? Casemiro obviously to leave Manchester United.
yeah,
We knew that's on the cards.
hasn't worked, does it?
Well, it did work the first year, the second year, third year, nah.
Yeah.
What's going on?
one of the minutes they get so much talk. You just got to wait and see if any of them kind of blossom.
He's left Real Madrid 5-time Champions League winner to go to Manchester United. He needs to be sitting down with his agent and having a real debrief on this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Turning up rats everywhere and leaks.
It's mad, isn't it? So how can you even get up to be playing for that anyway? But listen, also, Job Bellingham,
Yeah.
Jude's brother, he looks like he might be on the move with Chelsea eyeing him up.
Mate.
Would that be good? Because I've seen him play a few times, and one thing we can't be doing is comparing him to his brother. That's not fair.
No.
Yeah, I haven't seen him play enough.
But I think this boy's got a load of potential.
Got talent,
and could be very, very useful for any club in the Premier League. And he's young, and he's not living off the back of his brother's.
No, he's doing his thing,
his own thing. So respect to him, and hopefully, listen, Sunderland. Yeah, they got aspirations of getting back into the Premier League.
Yeah. Well, what I do know is that Mr. and Mrs. Bellingham, if they was in the horse racing world, they'd be worth a few quid.
Talk about horse racing.
Yeah.
Cheltenham. I'm after Cheltenham tomorrow.
Are you really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Where was the invite?
Are you a betting man?
No, I'm not.
Invite,
no, to be honest, I got invited.
Okay,
all
right.
They start bringing the troops with me.
He don't want to ruin it.
Why did you get invited? Someone you was taking on.
I did ask.
Are you taking someone else?
Who you taking?
No,
Who
I
you
did
taking?
ask. No, honestly, I did ask for you. Listen,
I can't go anywhere.
Adam
Too much on.
Adam Catchell, I said, because he's got a sponsorship from Bet365.
You're right, okay.
So he asked me, he's my mate and my partner on the Talk Sport show that I do, on the Talk Sport Weekender. And he said, listen, do you want to come down? And I went last year. I went with my brother. Good fun. So I thought, I'll have a little go again. I haven't told the missus yet.
Okay.
Well,
she knows.
She found out on the radio the other day.
Okay.
So I did come. I walked into a brick wall when I got home.
Good communication in the marriage. Yeah, she's got to listen to Talk Sport and see where you are.
Yeah, that was very poor from me.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go and enjoy that. So are you gonna be going? No, not this year.
Mate's going.
Yeah.
You know
Mark
Mark will be there.
Mark will be there. I'm gonna meet.
You've told him you're there, so if he's hunting for you,
yeah,
I know he's
there, mate.
He said
he's a betting man as well. Do not follow him.
I'm not. I don't bet.
Bets on, please.
I don't bet. I'm just there for the niceties.
Yeah, niceties. You'll have a lovely time, mate.
I'm there for the Aspirol.
Yeah. You know listen, you'll have a lovely, lovely time. Listen, I enjoyed that. Thank you for listening to The Dressing Room with Al Arabiya News.